Hello everybody, Jim here. Get the exchange rate up there please, because we're taking a look at some PlayStation games today at Super Potato of all places, starting with Final Fantasy VIII for 308 yen, which puts it right around $3 for that game. Very inexpensive. And then here, a different version, 748 yen, putting it around $7. So again, not exactly gonna break the bank on that, but you know, Final Fantasy super common games. 418 for Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII International, which is the re-release because when it was ported to other regions, North America and Europe, certain changes were made that were actually improvements, so they incorporated that into a re-release here in Japan. RC de Go. Is that anything like Densha de Go? It looks like a little RC car racing game. How fun is that? I do like digging through PlayStation racks like this, because there's lots of stuff on the PlayStation I'm not terribly familiar with. Here's IQ Final, 198 yen for the follow-up to the original Intelligent Cube, with more Intelligent Cubes. So if you like that game, there is a sort of a sequel that was released in Japan, so good stuff. Another kind of thing though about, like, when I'm looking at PlayStation games, I find cool stuff that I wasn't too familiar with before, but then sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. But this Chocobo Collection, 1628, it actually comes with, I think, Chocobo Racer, Chocobo Dungeon, and I think Stallion as well, all in one little convenient collection, and for like 15 bucks, I guess that's not so bad. And what else do we got? Actually, this one, a game I featured on Import Game of the Day for 1628. This is a game called Gear Fighter Dindo, which I think is based on a short-lived anime series, but it's, for the most part, a side-scrolling beat-em-up type game. But then the boss battles are kind of a one-on-one fighter setup, so that's pretty cool. And we got some other good stuff here, like Legend of Mana, kind of a personal favorite of mine, as well as Star Ocean's Second Story for 198 yen, and that is one of my favorite PS1 RPGs, actually. That and Legend of Mana were like two of the first action RPGs I ever played. Here we have some Kamen Rider Agito, which don't ask me about too much Kamen Rider related stuff, because I don't know. I've played some of the video games, but for $4 you can pick up Kamen Rider Agito, and it's probably pretty fun. Capcom Museum, or whatever it's called, Capcom Volume 3, so that's got some stuff on it. I think like Sun and other cool stuff like that. Sun and Makai something or other. That's got a handful of games on it. But some of those are really cool. There's like a 1940 series version and other various stuff like that. Here we got some Capcom goodness. Rockman X3 for, it's like $25.98 it says? $25.08 actually. And these are pretty cool. Just, you know, Rockman X3 from the Super Famicom, ported over to the PlayStation and Saturn, with some full motion video stuff thrown in there. $4.18. Rockman X6, not my favorite in the series, mind you, but for $4, I mean, that ain't bad. And X4, $5.28 for this kind of like greatest hits version. That's good too. That's actually one of my favorite games in the series, and it's like 11 something for the regular, not greatest hits version. Complete Works, $18.48 for Rockman 5. 5 is actually my favorite of the original 6 8-bit Rockman games. I like it a lot. But these Complete Works games are pretty cool. I love this cover art as well. Very nice for the original Rockman. But they come with like bonus stuff and some Pocket Station features and arranged soundtracks for, I think, most of them. I don't think the first two have arranged soundtracks. Gekko no Kenshi for $18.48. That's Last Blade. And Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 for $6.38. Not a great game by any stretch of the imagination. And Fatal Fury, Garo Densetsu, Wild Ambition, the 3D Fatal Fury, 1958. Yeah, I guess, you know, at that time they experimented with some 3D stuff, so you ended up with Fatal Fury and Samurai Spirits going 3D. And then here, 1958, Shiritsu Justice Gakuen, or something to that effect, but it's a follow-up to Rival Schools. I believe this one was exclusive to Japan, and it's got some additional characters and a bunch of extra like mini games and other cool stuff like that, so it's pretty damn cool. And a copy of Metal Slug X 2508, and you know, playing Metal Slug on a PlayStation, you know, not going to be as good as playing it on some good old original Neo Geo hardware, but hey, what can you do? It's Metal Slug, you know, you really can't go wrong. And here, Marvel vs. Capcom EX Edition for $32.78, which, you know, I love me any kind of Capcom fighting games from the 90s and such, but yeah, when they ported this generation of fighters to the PlayStation, they didn't do a terribly good job on them. You're better off with your Sega Saturn and Dreamcast versions. We even have some cool fight sticks here. Soul Edge fight stick, and some other little stuff there, little kitty stuff, whatever. I don't know. Moving right along, though. We got a couple of shoot-em-ups here, including, is this Raiden Project. Okay, for $14.08. $14.08 for Raiden Project. That's not bad at all. $14.08 for anything with Raiden on it, you know. That's good stuff, people. We also got some Sonic Wings Special, $38.28. And $21.78, Strikers, 1945. Fantastic game. I do love Strikers, and Strikers 2, and Strikers 3. What was it? Strikers 1999? Whatever. Ace Combat, some other stuff. Finalist, 3D Mission. I have no idea what the hell that is, but it's very cheap, so it's got to be good. What else we got? Moving right along. Some Macross. Okay, cool beans. Likes me some Macross, and for $8.58, you can't go wrong. If I'm not mistaken, those are okay. Those the 3D Macross games for the most part. I know the one on the PS2 is pretty damn good. Here, I think that same Sonic Wings version for the PlayStation. And then here's just something else, something kind of curious to me. $6.38 for this game. Kind of a little, it seems like a little compilation game of, I don't know, sort of sports, you know, teenage girls in skimpy clothing playing sports. Right up my alley. Some Spyro, some Street Fighter EX plus Alpha, with a nice big crack in the case. Being sold for $7.48, but an amazing game nonetheless. I do love me some Street Fighter EX. I feel like there's other stuff here. More of that same Sonic Wings, like they have it in 3 different areas. Soul Edge, other good things like that. There's stuff here, though, that I think, you know, I'm kind of missing. We got some Samurai Spirits, $15.18 for that. And some other stuff, the Fireman. All nice, all good. There's other things in there that I kind of skimmed over, like Police Knots, and Kane the Vampire, kind of stuff. The Next Tetris for $7.48. I think I remember playing like a demo of Next Tetris on like PlayStation Underground way back in the day. I don't know. If it's Tetris, yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty good. Parappa the Rappa, $3.08. Very cheap game. $3, you got yourself some Parappa action. Puyo Puyo 2, $4.18. And Pastel Muses, I think is what it's called, $12.98. And that's a fun little puzzle game in its own right. Again, kind of one of those more obscure Japan-only PS1 releases, but pretty fun. Sort of like Bubble Bobble, but not entirely. We got some Mina no Golf 2. It's like a buck, aka Hot Shots Golf 2. Very fun game. It competes with stuff like you know, Mario Golf and whatnot. And Tondemo Crisis 1518. You might know it better as Incredible Crisis. Fun game, just a bunch of little mini games, but you get to see this crazy day in the life of this very typical Japanese family. Fun game back in the day. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Again, this is just perusing, but yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.